When this video of the moon posted by the Higher Truth channel on YouTube was brought to our discussion table, there were a few odd and strange things that we went over. And now we are going to share with you other details of our discussion. Briefly, part of our conversation was regarding this crater. As you look at our enhanced image, and we are going to show you more images like this one, can you think of a reason why the solid surface of the moon has broken down into so many pieces as we see in our enhanced image? And then we notice something else. It seems that the center of this shape, it has the same height as the rim around it. Look at it. According to scientists, here we have an Earth and a meteorite impact crater on the moon. However, we are not here to look at the craters themselves. We are here to compare the similarities among the rocks that you see in these images. You see, we are taught in schools that the Earth and the moon are both made out of rocks. And so we were thinking, if this is the case, then we should be able to see some similarities between the Earth and the moon rocks. And so this is what these images are all about. And may we ask you, do you see any similarities between the Earth and the moon rocks? To the human eyes, these dark areas look like some type of shadows. But close examination revealed something very strange about it. The problem is, when was the last time that you heard of an object casting a shadow in a blue navy color? Also, it seems that something natural or mechanical worked this area so as to separate the blue area from the white one. Study carefully the edges of this area. All the edges of it remain at the same height. But once again, notice the surface of the moon seems to vanish. Why do you think this is happening? Some people think that the Earth's magnetic field and the poor resolution power of the telescope that was used, it is what gives this video the poor resolution quality that it has. But then we ask, if this video has such a poor resolution quality, then why is it that we can see so distinctively clear this navy blue color separated from the grayish areas of this moon surface strange looking terrain? And why is it that we can see in such a fine details the various shades of colors of this strange and weird looking moon surface terrain? We cannot recall seeing a photograph or another video of the moon surface in which we could identify areas of the moon having this rich navy blue color on it. And we can actually have an idea of how strange the moon terrain really is. And we are seeing this in this video. So it seems that this poor resolution quality effect can pick and choose where, when, and why to show up in this video. For example, compare this picture of the moon with a still image taken from the Higher Truth channel video. Now, notice how in these two images, in one we can see different colors of the moon, we can see the gray of the moon, and we can see this navy blue because we can clearly see the difference between the navy blue and the rest of the surface of the moon. In this other picture, we cannot see that. We only see all grayish area. All the colors and everything seem to be blended together. So we can't tell the difference among the colors or the terrain or anything at all. Here we have some high-definition images of the moon taken by a Japanese probe orbiting just a few miles away from it. Compare these high-definition images with a still image from the Higher Truth channel video. This Higher Truth channel video of the moon, it is one of the best that we have ever seen, because this video is allowing us to see the surface of the moon exactly as it is without any software manipulation at all. We have been studying a strange phenomenon taking place over the moon's surface for a long time. It is our theory that the reason why we are seeing the essence of this phenomenon now, if you will, over the moon's surface, it is because of the way this Higher Truth channel video was filmed. Here is our theory. Some of you might be wondering, how is it possible to have missed all this time the so-called phenomenon that we think we are seeing in this video of the Higher Truth channel? Our answer is, in the same way that perhaps many people still don't know and have not noticed that the Great Pyramid in the Giza Plateau is an 8-sided structure and not 4 as they see in the photographs. And one of the ways to see this invisible optical illusion that exists on the surface of the Great Pyramid in the Giza Plateau is by looking at the pyramid when the sun is shining upon it in an angle low in the horizon. You see, in this picture, we can see that the Great Pyramid in the Giza Plateau is actually an 8-sided structure and not 4 as most of the photographs and films have showing us all this time. And we are using the pyramid as an example for 2 reasons. Number 1, to show you that an optical illusion to trick the human eyes can happen on a very large surface scale. And number 2, that the sun setting very low in an angle can reveal hidden details on a surface that the naked human eyes cannot detect. And if we cannot spot an optical illusion happening right here on the surface of this earth, then what are our chances to spot an optical illusion taking place on the surface of the moon, which is a few 100,000 miles away? And according to the Higher Truth channel, this video of the moon that they posted on YouTube, it was filmed with the sun setting very low in an angle over the moon's surface. Let's say, for the sake of the argument, that these are the rocks on the surface of the moon reflecting the sunlight. Since these rocks are not of the same sizes, they don't have the same mineral compositions, and they are not spread evenly over the surface of the moon, then they cannot provide an even and strong, steady light reflection such as we see from the planet Earth. Again, because of the nature of the rocks, we will be seeing a fluctuation and inconsistency in a shining proportional to the terrain that is generating it. Because you see, you cannot have a solid light reflection from a broken mirror. And a broken mirror is what the surface of the moon should be like, with all these rocks spreading all over the moon's surface, reflecting the sunlight back at various degrees of luminosity. Our theory is that this phenomenon happening over the surface of the moon that we are discussing with you now, we think this is the source of the moon being able to reflect the sunlight the way it does and to change color the way we see it sometimes. Of course, we don't expect for anyone to believe what we are saying in this video, because stand to reason to understand that if you didn't see or found anything special about this video of the moon, then who are we to claim to have found anything unusual in this video where you didn't see anything? Okay, so we are not going to go down that road about what we know and what you didn't see and so on and so forth. Since we are discussing a reality as we understand it, then we are going to approach this from a realistic point of view. And so here's what we are suggesting. To the amateur astronomers watching the moon with their telescope, see if you can film the moon when the sun is setting very low in an angle over the moon's surface. Because if there is anything strange taking place on the moon's surface, then this is one of the best times to see it happening. And to those of you who like to do images enhancement, these navy blue areas are the best places to work with on this strange phenomenon that we just told you about. Because these navy blue areas are not the moon surface that we are seeing here. In these navy blue areas, there is very little, if any, terrain reflection to interfere with your process of enhancing these areas, searching for more hidden details. Because these navy blue areas are artificially made. And we say this because double check all the edges of these areas with these navy blue color separations. They all have the same height, the same sizes, and they all share the same characteristics of being made by the same source. What are the chances of the forces of nature doing this on their own? What we are seeing here in this video is a phenomenon that we have been tracing for a long time now. And the awesome power with which the moon reflects the sunlight has always been an indication to us of the presence of such phenomenon. And finally, someone caught it on a camera lens. When we place all the material that we have accumulated all these years together with the new evidence provided to us by the Higher Truth Channel video, the facts as we understand it clearly point out that from the planet Earth, we are not looking at the true surface of the moon. And the way the moon shines and it changes its color sometimes, all this is an optical illusion that just as in the surface of the Great Pyramid in the Giza Plateau, the human eyes are being tricked by this strange phenomenon on the moon to see its reflection from the planet Earth as a solid substance. We have more material to share with you in the days to come. Thank you very much for your time.